This tick, when it arrived, it also, like the prior 5 ticks, was trying to leave the water. But now I see there is a good bump in his belly, which means he ate something. So it makes me really happy. Chances are he will leave, we will not lose him to whatever happened to the previous tick. He's a replacement for the one that perished out of the 5 last time. Rodrigo and Kevin gave it to me for free. Thank you guys so much. I'm very happy to see this nice bump in his belly. He regurgitated something. Well, the prior meal he regurgitated en route. So there was a piece of meat or something floating around and other crap in his shipping bag. And when I started changing his water, he was all desperate, snout out of the water, swimming in circles with the snout sticking out of the water. So now I just fed the arowana. The little arowana grabbed some pieces. You see all them flowing. There's a bunch still on the bottom, but they ate very well. I don't know how well you can tell, but their tummies are bursting, which is very nice. All 5 of them. And I think both clown knives ate also. So I'm very happy about these guys. The jardini also ate. She was grabbing pieces of cut mullet very well. Even though she's it is much smaller than the silver arowanas, but it's pretty confident fish, very aggressive, so I think it'll survive here just fine. But it was grabbing those pieces of mullet that I was throwing in there like a champ, so that's great. The clouded archers also ate, so that was very good. The lemon fin tinfoil barbs, these 2 also ate very well. You can see their stomachs, they're quite distended. The peacocks also ate okay. I think they ate the bloodworms, the floating bloodworms, the Brokopondo peacocks. I think this is one of our Kelberry. The only thing is that our biggest Kelberry, I think, is eyeing up this bala shark because it's so thin. It thinks it can eat it. I don't think it can, but yeah, that one right there. He keeps eyeing it up, so I have to move it out into a different tank. The mascara barbs ate also well. So that's pretty much it. Everybody's feeding. I forgot to say this is about half a day later. Not even half a day, probably about 5 hours later or 6 hours later since I put them in the tanks. So I'm very glad to see this progress. That's one of the new mascara barbs right here that's lacking a part of its tail. I saw him eating. So they should be alright. The upside down catfish are just gorging themselves to a bowl-like state. Dovii, electric blue carpintis, they're all doing very well, if not overfeeding, I would say. Clown loaches doing very well. The electric blue jet damsies are alright. Cubans are alright. It's another dovey under the wood over there. Green terrors are good. Phoenix barbs are good. They're lacking some scales. I'm not sure why they're lacking some scales on the phoenix barbs. I thought it was green terrors doing, but lately when I'm watching, the green terrors don't bother them. So maybe that was just a phase. The two Cubans, they're fine. The Vieja Sinspilum is fine. The other Vieja is good. The Kilberry, the two Dovii, the little Bala that I need to move. The Denison barbs, the red tail, Hemiotus, Tetra, they're all good. The civil dollars are good. The Rohani, the mascara, and the filamentosum barbs are good. This is a bigger Bala that's not touched. Slightly bigger, that's enough, I guess, but I'm gonna have to move him out as well with the other one, just in case with this one, which is thinner. Brokopondo. So we seem to be doing okay here despite the insane menagerie of fish in this tank and the number of them. It's more or less manageable for now, but we're watching very closely and make corrections as we have to. The rainbow sharks, of course, are not untouchable, and the upside down catfish, the 4 of them, are pretty good as well. Nobody messes with those. 2 Dovii. Clown loaches are pigs. I mean, look at their stomachs. They scarf off, I think, most of the pellets are thrown there. The big pellets that lay on the ground and for a while because they're hard. So until they soften, few of these fish take them, and the loaches then take advantage of them when they're softer. I mean, they just graze them up. Okay, so here's our little update on what transpired today. The lungfish is fine, West African, chilling in his weeds. Jardini. The new arowana, the knife fish, and the tigi.